We can't afford another shutdown.
Yeah, I don't see one. I heard from a friend yesterday, connected in state government pretty heavy, and I don't think the governor is about to do that. I think I guess it'll be left up to cities to do what they do. This person also mentioned that, and I'm no medical expert. I'm a burger flipper basically when it comes down to it, but there was some thought that maybe sometime around August 8th, this resurgence of this Delta variant would maybe peak. I guess somebody has some model somewhere. I certainly hope that's the case, but it's real out there. I've got several friends who are doctors down here in Hattiesburg, and Forest General Hospital increased just about every day last week with new patients.
I think the study that you're talking about, and I saw that too, that it is peaking faster than the COVID-19, and hopefully that'll be the case.
Thank God.
Yeah.
But we just can't shut it down. We've got to be smart. I got vaccinated we got to be smart. Restaurant industry has endured about 18 months of the. You look at the oil downturn in the late 80s and how bad that was, and they just had a recent one. We're going to look back at this era, not that it wasn't bad on every business, because it has been, but it is the worst time in the history of the restaurant business to be in the restaurant business.
I noticed some people, and we have in Gluckstadt, several businesses are opening as far as restaurants because it's exploding in that area. And I'm thinking, you got to be the bravest or the dumbest people right now to open up a restaurant. But
and I would be in that category because we shut down two, and I opened one in that space, and it has gone well. I mean, there are still challenges, and that's the thing. It's not just the amount of business, because the labor market has still not come back, and so you've got those challenges. But in addition to that, food costs. Chicken is up about 30%. Paul, crab meat, and this has nothing to do with COVID. Early on, it had to do with COVID because they couldn't get pickers to pick the crab meat. But right now, because of this rain, we've had a year's worth of rain and a half a year, and so the shrimp industry was just totally wrecked. Crab meat as well. So right now I can buy typically filet mignon for around $15 a pound, my cost. Jumbo lump crab meat is 3 times that.
That's amazing.
A pound of jumbo lump crab meat. They finally, it's just starting to come in. So there are other external factors where you've got this kind of perfect storm coming together. There's the weather component. And then the weather component we had earlier that we don't even really think about much was that freeze that they had in Texas that shut down all those petroleum plants that still are back. And we just did this construction project, and they're having a hard time getting paint, oil-based paint. It's just, it's crazy. I'm not complaining. I probably sound like I'm coming on here complaining. I am blessed to be in business, and we're trying to keep our people healthy and everything. But the restaurant business is already brutal before you get into these other.
If you look
challenges.
at where we were 10 years ago, and for boomers, well, anybody for that matter, to look where we were 10, 15 years ago, and see what we have had since COVID hit and the pandemic hit, and the way of life, how it has changed. Just walking into a supermarket, back from the initial days of this and the toilet paper and all of that shortage to now, where you don't have truckers and the car lots. Some of the car lots are losing vehicles because they're selling them, but they can't replace them.
Yeah, there's a different dynamic in what I'm about to say, so I'm not trying to compare what we're going through to the Great Depression.
Yeah.
But my parents and grandparents that came through that was such a defining, life-changing period. I think we're going through something similar to that's going to carry on at least through another generation. It's just been such a shift. And we just have to learn how to deal with it. We have to live in the solution. And that's what I've been trying to do for the last 18 months. It's just not focus on the problem, but focus on the solution, move forward, move ahead, do what we can to keep going, be smart, be healthy, take care of our coworkers. We have 300 people that work for the company, and we got to take care of them, or we can't take care of our customers. So we prioritize them always.
Robert St. John, the transition, and people will watch this, that's going to come after this. And I was thinking, I was watching some of over the weekend about I saw the Ford, what is Lightning, the electric vehicle.
Yeah.
And the amazing technology that went into that. And I started thinking, you know what, it's not a bad idea. It 420-something miles, but where are the charging stations? And then I started thinking, okay, why not have those at gas stations? And then my thought went, why should they be at gas stations? Because, it's the electric companies that own that power.
Right.
So all of a sudden now you got to have some people who will go and they need to recharge. And if it's going to take 30 or 40 minutes, then I could see where Robert St. John cuts a deal with a little diner that has charging stations outside there. So
2 weeks ago, I had a meeting with some people about those. That's coming.
It's everything is transitioning here, and it's because of COVID and technology and everything else. So it's going to be interesting. Always good spending time with you, sir.
Paul, y'all take care. Thanks for everything you and Perez do for Mississippi.